morning everybody. My name is Nicola and I am simply a stitcher. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, it's great to have you, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back today. So today it is the 10th of January 2023 and this is a Flosstube number, I think it's 28, I think. Let's have a look. Let's check. Yes, it's 28. So I did do a whip parade and a finish parade a week or so ago, but this is my now regular Flosstube update, the first one since the 27th of December. So since then I have worked on 6 projects, and because I am doing a new project now each month, I'm not doing quite as much on full coverage, but you know, I've still managed to touch 6 pieces. So we'll just start at the top of the tree. Right, my tablet. My hair looks all floofy because I washed it last night and didn't dry it, so I just look like a fluff ball today. Right, okay. So the first piece, oh, come on, fat fingers. The first piece that I worked on was Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's the Maui Princess, the Freebie Maui Princess. As far as I know, this is still on the website. Ugh. Haven't worked on it since the whip parade, so it does look exactly the same as last time that you saw it, if you did indeed watch that. And since the 27th of December, we've moved from 41.48% to 42.96. And I know the colour's horrendous. I've got electric light on. It's absolutely chucking it down here, and I needed some extra light. So since I last Flosstube, I've filled in this arm here, and obviously worked on a little bit more of the sort of the moon area, as it were. This is stitched on 25 count even weave magic guide 1/1 full cross. Oh, excuse me, hiccup sneaking up on me. So that was the first one that I worked on. Okay, so the next piece that I worked on was New Year, New Start for 2022. Started in December. Excuse me, December 2022, which is the Leonid Afremov piece, the supersized max colour version of Night Cafe. This piece is 991,008 stitches. I am stitching this 2/1 tent stitch, and I am using Needle Ninja's snake method. 2/1 tent stitch on 25 count magic guide, and this is the top left, and I've started to sort of come down because I'm doing this kind of a little bit, you know, back to the sort of stepped blocks. I'm not getting any block lines, so I'm quite happy with that. Again, we're still not even at 1%. We're at 0.78% on this piece. From last month we were 0.32, so we're getting towards that 1%, but still nowhere near. Okay. Right, so what was next? The next one is another Heaven and Earth design. And it's this lovely piece. It's Envy, artwork by Marta Dahlig, one of the series of 7. This is number 2 for me. I have already completed Avarice. So for Envy, not an awful lot done on this again. We've just gone from 15.29 to 16%. Again, it's another piece that's not changed since my whip parade. And I've just added in some more at the bottom there. It's stitched on 25 count Lugana, this piece, 1/1 full cross, And just going a bit closer, so that was the area that I worked on. So yeah, 16% on this one, which I'm quite pleased with. Slow and steady, but certainly not as slow as Avarice was. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that Avarice took me 11 years. But I didn't work on it every day, of course. Right. So the next piece that I worked on is another Heaven and Earth design. And it is this one. It's a stitching shelf. Artwork by Aimee Stewart. Pattern very kindly gifted to me by Petra, my friend on Instagram. And again, not an awful lot of movement on this. It's one that I'm actually working on today. We have gone from 9.43 to 9.69%, and we're just coming along here towards the later part of the shelf. Not an awful lot of time before we get to the next corner. So when this piece is full, this section is fully in, if you look at it from a distance, it actually looks like a cat. So I think I might have found another animal. Again, this is stitched on 25 count even weave 1/1 full cross, 25 count magic guide. So yeah, keep on going with that one. Okay, so next one I worked on, didn't do an awful lot on it, is this one, which is Polar Bear and Cub, charted by Stitching Jules Designs on Etsy, and she also has her own website. Jules got in touch and said, would you like to stitch one of our pieces? And of course I said yes. So I chose the Polar Bear and Cub. There's a lot of white in this pattern, which I am getting through, I have to say. And we've gone from 44.96 to 47.06% completed. So it's changed ever so slightly since my whip parade, this one. But you can't see what I've done because a lot of it's white stitching. If I move very close up there, you can see that this is the end. And I've done all of the stitches apart from the white. So once I've filled in all of the white stitches here, we will then be at 50% on this piece. And then I can start the bottom section. So just for a change, that one is stitched on 18 count magic guide, Aida 2/1 full cross. So a bit of a change up of stitching for that one. And the last piece I have to show you is my January new start. So as we said before, the plan is that January, February, March, April, May, July, August, September, October and November, I'll have a new start of one of 10 that I selected out of my kits. And if I don't finish it in the month that it's drawn, I will finish it in either June or December, because those 2 months are reserved to finish off. If I do finish during the month, I'll just work a bit more on full coverage. I have got sort of, you know, at least 3 pieces on sort of a hit list for finishing, if I can also this year, off my full coverage pile. Those being Maui Princess, the Polar Bear and Cub, my Christmas, Window of Christmas, the stamp one, and also I'd like to get Pandemic finished because I'm on the bottom row now. But yeah, the aim is to finish each piece within the month, but if not, June and December are months to finish those. So I should get theoretically at least 10 finishes this year. So the first one that we drew for this year was one of the Flower Fairy kits, and it was the Heliotrope or Heliotrope Fairy. Just moving a bit closer so you can see her. And she's quite lovely. So once I've completed 500 full coverage stitches a day, then I pick this one up. I'm just going to take it out the frame. So the kit came with 14 count aida and all of the threads, and rather handily in this kit, because it was like a set of two, you had the threads for one in one package and the threads for number two in another package. So finding the threads for this has been no problem at all. So I am about halfway up. She has legs. I'm just working on her skirt up here, but also, if you can see in this bottom corner here, I have started to put in a little bit of the back stitch, because this piece is heavy on back stitch. So yeah, I'm going to be working on the back stitch, I think, as I go along. In fact, I might, you know, when I reframe it to work on it again later, I might just, you know, have a back stitch session on it, or at least put in, you know, sort of, you know, 3 or 4 strands of back stitch, because then that sort of keeps the back stitch going there. So yeah, very happy with the progress on that one. So this is just on 14 count aida, and it's stitched 2 over 1, and it's using full crosses and half crosses, because the brown backgroundy bits here, these are all sort of in half cross, and of course, you know, the back stitch for finishing. So yeah, so I'm quite pleased with, you know, sort of how I've got on with that. This one's got my hair, it's so fluffy. So yeah, so that's all really I've worked on, so, you know, since the 27th of December. As I said, I'm doing 500 full coverage stitches a day, then moving on to the you know, nominated piece for the month. It seems to be working. It's nice, it's keeping my stitching fresh. I'm not, you know, getting sort of, you know, oh gosh, another full coverage, oh, another full coverage, and it's nice. It sort of satisfies the new start urge as well. You know, 1 a month is, you know, is more than enough. Today's the 10th. I'm halfway up that. I'm hoping that by the time I do a next Flosstube that it'll be finished or nearly finished. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you this fortnight. A very short and sweet video. Just some channel news. I had a bit of an issue with YouTube. I had to verify my identity, and because of sort of postal issues here in the UK and me forgetting to put it in the post even, I need to get my ID updated. I've now done that, and I have submitted it to YouTube, so the channel is back as it was, back being monetized. The last few videos, if you're watching the last few, I have no control over the adverts that have gone into those videos. So normally what I'm trying to do is keep it to, you know, twice for a stitch with me and maybe just once for a Flosstube. But I don't have any control because I can't seem to work out how to go back in and edit. I'm sure there is a way, and if there is, Andy will show me at some point, but you know, he's busy at the moment, which is fine. So if you've noticed in the last sort of few videos there's a lot of adverts, all I can do is apologise until I work out how to sort them out. So going forward this week, it is my birthday on Thursday. I'm getting old. And I still plan to sort of carry on stitching. It was meant to be a day in the office, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be later in the month now. I will be putting out another video later in the week. Now, whether or not it's a stitch with me or a back stitch with me or an unboxing or whatever, because I've got a Gecko Rouge kit to sort of go through, I don't know, I haven't decided yet. I'll see how I feel sort of later on in the week and how much editing time Andy's got. He's back out, you know, filming now for his channel. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you. So all that's left for me to say is take care, happy stitching. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being here and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, why not? It is free. All you need to do is press the bell, the button and the bell to request all notifications, and you'll be notified the next time I upload a video if what I do is your thing. So thank you again. Let me start that again because I can't even speak. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I will see you later this week for a stitch with me, and next week there will be a chatty stitch with me and the next Flosstube in 2. So thanks for watching, and bye bye for now.